Bristol again? It's Bristol again. If you were here last Thursday, you certainly know how much fun this racetrack can be. That was the Gen 4. This is now the next gen. Perrin Huggins and Sean Anderson on the front row of this 250-lap contest. It's ENEA Race 4 from the world's fastest half mile. I'm Rick James, here to bring you uninterrupted green flag coverage. We're about to get racing, and it's about to be a whole lot of fun. We've also got Seahawks Giants scores updates tonight, so tune in for that. Huggins on the front, Anderson next to him. Green flag is out. Great start for Perrin Huggins. He leads in the number 8 Cheddar's Chevrolet coming out of turn number 4. Jacob Prince 1.4 seconds behind him in the number 9 Valvoline Machine, and then Jordan Haynes in the number 1, going for 3 consecutive wins this season. It's Chevrolets all the way in the top 3, and then Dakota Long in the number 23 Lados Chevrolet. Not Chevrolet, that's a Toyota, ain't it? He's in that Toyota right there with Thursday Night Thunder rookie Cody McFadden. McFadden was here for a bit of the Thursday Night Thunder race, and then he decided to park it to watch the Packers-Lions game, in which the Packers did not have a good time. Lions coming out on top in that game. Colton Hefner in the 16th position. Falling off pace, defending champion, the 08 car, Cody Johnson, now gets just around Hefner. He decides to go off the racetrack, remove himself from that situation cleverly. That is way too loud, and I'm going to get in trouble. The Seahawks and Giants tied at 0, 7 minutes to go in that first quarter. Still looking at defending champion Cody Johnson. He is up 1 place from where he started. Ryan Von Henschel in the 45 in the 7th spot. Dakota Long still in 4th, and just ahead of him, Jordan Haynes in that number 1. Jake Prince in the 9 being challenged for that 2nd position. Haynes to the inside. Prince stays off the wall. They drag race into turn number 1. And Daniel Jones making some sort of a quarterback run here. 6.5 minutes to go. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Coming into this game 1 and 2. They line up just short of the 50-yard line. Snap out to Jones. He's going to drop back, throw it out towards the sideline. It's caught, and it's going to be a gain of a few yards for the Giants. So it's going to be 2nd and about 6. With just over 6 minutes to go. And we got some fans here. KK in the chat saying, good luck, son. One driver having good luck is Perrin Huggins. He's still at the front of this one. Jake Prince and Jordan Haynes continue to battle side by side. On board now with the 23 of Dakota Long. Third and 11 now for the Giants, and it looks like an incomplete pass, so it's going to be 4th and 11 for the Giants on the 40-some yard line. Who knows? Justin Shoup just went green in the number 91 Bobcat Chevy. 1491, his personal best. Sean Anderson in that 13. on the outside of Lucas Reed. This is the battle for the 13th position. Jake Prince and Jordan Haynes still side by side as Nick Kaufman now decides to join this battle for second. Dakota Long fell off the mark for this third place battle. We'll see what happened to him. And it looks like it's going to be a touchback for Seattle. They'll get the ball back with just under 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter, I think. Let's take a look. 20 laps underway. Let's see what happened to Dakota Long. He just fell off a few laps ago. Long in the 2-3, wide out of turn number 4. Looks like he's going to scrape alongside the wall. And he's going to invite the 14 of Nicky Kaufman to his inside. Long having a strong start to this race, making that 23 car look great out on the track. Just can't see where the 23 might have got loose. Possibly just saving tires in this first green flag run as well. Oh, there it is, way loose, and he scrapes the inside wall there, and the 23 Camry goes for an unfortunate hit. Dakota Long sitting in 6th right now, just ahead of Ryan Von Henschel. Racing Rick in the house cheering on his son, the number 91 of Justin Shoup, the pride of Bealton, Virginia. And you could say almost a home race for Team 91. Bristol just across that border. The number 14, Nick Kaufman, sitting in that 3rd position right there. Jordan Haynes running in 4th with Jake Prince now just ahead of the two of them. Kaufman making it work for him the long way around turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. But now the question is, how long do they make the tires last? Taking a look at those Access Fishing track facts, the fuel will last about 100 to 110 laps. Drivers will get 4 tire changes tonight. And then, of course, we mentioned earlier this guy right here, the number 1 of Jordan Haynes, looking for 3 consecutive wins this season. He comes into this race just, 14 points off of Perrin Huggins. Haynes missing a race this season, but with 2 wins, looking for 3. Huggins needs to watch his back, but that 8 car has been doing a great job of that. Huggins at the front, 2.5 seconds away from anybody trying to get near him. Seahawks will get a first down on this drive here. Just over 5 minutes remaining in that first quarter. Still tied at 0. Seahawks coming into this into this game, 2-1. Haynes in the 1, now on the inside of car number 9. This is the battle for 3rd. Kaufman now falling 1 second off the pace. Let's see what happened to the 14. Trying to make it work the hard way around the outside, and he just gets into the wall. Does he do it again? No, he's just going to fall off the pace of that 1 car. New colors for Nicky tonight in that awesome-looking Reese's Ford. Kaufman now preserving his car 1 second away from the podium. Jake Prince 1/10 away from losing second place. But how long do they just hang on to it on board now with the number 1 of Haynes? Haynes in that number 1, you saw him just lose a little bit of control of the car earlier, but he's up into the 2nd position, and he's lost Jacob Prince to the tune of 0.8 of a second. Dakota Long back inside of that top 4. He's gotten around Nick Kaufman in the 14. 3 Chevys on the podium, a Toyota and a Ford make up the top 5. Ryan Von Henschel battling to the inside of Cody McFadden in that 6-4. And shout out to Kyle Chafin in the Access Fishing Chevrolet, staying out of the way. And you got to appreciate that, just letting the other drivers race. We'll be talking more about Access Fishing as the night goes on. But we give a shout out to all the Chafin folks at Access Fishing for bringing us the points and the track facts tonight. Back to the lead. It's a 4.6 second advantage for this man right here, Perrin Huggins in the Cheddar's Chevy. Now being chased down by Jordan Haynes. Let's see what the lap times say this time through. Jordan Haynes not consistent with the gaps, sometimes 0.2 apart. Colton Hefner just went green in the number 48 Logitech Camry, 15:26. His personal best this race. Compare that with Jacob Prince, his best, 14:76, half a second quicker for the pilot of the number 9, who was just on the cusp of car 23. Dakota Long wants a piece. It's close. It is close. That's the battle for second right there. Prince just barely holding off car 23 coming out of that 4th corner, but making the most of it. We'll see if there's contact between these two. There's been contact in the past, but they seem to be giving it an awesome run this time. You've got to love that close racing, and shout out to Dakota Long this season, showing more patience, showing more maturity, and showing that drive to go on and be a champion this year. Long, racing hard, keeping his nose out of trouble, and he's in the top 4, battling for the top 3. Almost a Tony Stewart-like redemption arc for the pilot of that 2-3. Hopefully we see more good things to come out of the pilot of that Camry. Nick Kaufman in the 14 trying to stay up into the top 7, and we've seen this trend coming from Nick Kaufman this season. He'll start a race incredibly well, only for him to peter off later as the race goes on. Looking at the points, Nicky Kaufman comes into this race 14th in the standings, only 5 markers behind Shane Stone. I was about to say Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone in that 66 Pennzoil Ford, as the 24 of James Staples smashes the wall on the inside there. He just stays out of traffic. 2-4 coming to what looks like a halt. He's going to jump to the pits, and the caution comes out for James Staples, who collides with that inside wall. And that's going to be the first yellow flag this race. Wondering why Staples just comes to a halt there. Let's have a look again. Makes heavy contact with the wall. He just decides to glide towards the inside. He'll come off the racing surface, accelerate, and come to a halt along the inside wall. Something's not right. Let's have another listen with Staples. One more ride on board. Have a listen with Staples. Something must have broken. You saw that steering wheel turn really hard to the right. Nothing that he could do. And at this point, he just decides to park it, jump to the pits because he knows he's going nowhere. So Staples getting the race car repaired. Connor Cordes looking like he might stay out. Currently being scored as the race leader. He's actually now going to come in, giving it a second thought. So the drivers are going to take their first break. We're going to do exactly the same, fans. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in 2 minutes with more Next Gen Racing from Bristol. They're racked and stacked, ready to go. 62 laps underway, about to be completed, and we're going to go green again. 9 and the 8 on the front row. They wait for that signal. The green flag is out. Let's go racing again from Bristol. There's your second place car, Jacob Prince in that number 9 Valvoline Chevrolet. Dakota Long behind him. Chevy, Toyota, your top 3. Shoop in 4th, and the chocolate Ford of Nikki Kaufman sitting in 5th. Now behind the number 91, Perrin Huggins just went purple, 14:54. Jordan Haynes coming out of the pits here. He had a long pit time there. might have suffered a penalty. Not sure what he was trying to change, possibly fix some damage. Again, no fast repairs for these race cars tonight. Haynes running in the 6th position, now trying to get one up on Justin Shoup. Magnum in the chat saying, just got home from Cancun. Bummer I missed it. Yeah, right. You were in frickin' Cancun. Let me say that again. You were in Cancun. There is no bummer about it. How was it, though? Let us know for the folks at home that have never been to Cancun. Was it cool? Was it worth it? I'm trying to get an update on the Seahawks-Giants game. They're doing some replay of Daniel Jones getting sacked, I think. Nope, he got stripped. Fumbles it. Seahawks recover it. They're going to have the ball at the 9-8 at the 8-yard line. So the Seahawks about to score in this game. 70 laps underway. Jordan Haynes just went green. 14:67 for the two-time ENEA winner, going for his 3rd consecutive win. Seahawks with the ball at the 7-yard line. They're going to run it up the gut just past the left hash marks, and it's going to be 2nd and goal for Seattle. Still nothing. Seahawks looking like they're going to put the first points of the night up on the board. Defending champion Cody Johnson, he wants to get higher points than what he's got right now, looking at these access fishing points. Cody comes into tonight's race with some work to do. He sits 4th right now, which is plenty good to make the playoffs, but as far as championship standings are concerned, the pilot of the Ritz Armor Chevrolet sits 39 points away from the lead. And if you just tuned in, you missed one caution. James Staples slams the wall out of turn number 4. Watch this. There's Lotus in the chat. We were talking, Lotus, what was it on Thursday? We were talking Lions-Packers. We were making fun of Cody McFadden. There he is, Cody in the 11th position, getting around the 0-8. Cody right now being in position to receive that lucky dog. Good-looking iBuyPower Chevrolet in that what is almost Honolulu blue. And you got to give it up to Cody, a big Packers fan, sticking it out for the first 20-some-odd laps of the race, only to watch the Packers get their faces kicked in, and he's back at it at Bristol to have me make fun of him some more. So, no, he's a good sport. I'm going to make fun of him for the rest of this season, though. 79 laps about to be completed at Bristol. Cody running in that 11th position. Ryan Von Henschel looking like he's going to have some work done to him. Sean Anderson gets to the inside. Anderson's going to get up to 8th as Racing Rick talks about how much he loves those next-gen cars. Cody Johnson just around Shane Stone, who's in that 12th spot. And Justin Shoup, kind of an island right now. 2 seconds ahead of Cody Johnson. 3 seconds behind Jordan Haynes, who's been all over the back of Nick Kaufman. Perrin Huggins has had a knack for extending these leads, but not so much anymore. Jake Prince in the number 9, not letting the 8 car run away. Workload is saying the middle has the most speed. And that seems to be the trend. The middle, and there is a caution. You just saw Colton Hefner crash. The 48 car goes around. Caution number 2. 82 laps into this race. And we got to fix that because Colton Hefner is not incorrectly numbered. He is the 48 car. I think that happened during one race because he had the wrong number. So I put that on the... Let's see if I can fix that. Nope. All right. Well, his hometown is incorrectly numbered. Let me get that fixed. My apologies, Colton. That fixed nothing. It's certainly not going to fix his race car, but he did have a big crash. Let's see what happened to Colton Hefner. This is well beyond his crash here. .48 right into the wall. Still not sure what's going to go on with the 48 car here. But you saw he tagged the wall one time. Let's get a bit closer to Hefner. Just not sure what happens to the 48. Let's take one more look. And by this point, he's already crashed. Maybe I'm just being impatient. I want to see what happens to him, but I'm not letting the video play out long enough. Wow, really loose out of turn number 4. And you can almost guess what's going to happen next time around. Hefner in the 48 just trying to stay out the way. Was there contact with another driver? That's what I'm interested in. Was there contact between another car and the 48 of Colton Hefner? And it doesn't. There it is. He just really puts the gas into it. Let's see if we can back it up for Colton. Have a listen. There it is. The tires just gave up. What Warp Lotus said right there. Too much sliding will kill the tires. Those tires are dead. So Colton Hefner in the 15th position. Perrin Huggins continues to lead this race. Looks like he's going to choose the outside lane. Jacob Prince will line up to his inside. It is 7-0. Seahawks over the Giants. And pop it in the chat. Let me know who you got. Racing Rick, Magnum, JL Staples in there, and Warp Lotus, of course. Pop it in the chat. You got Seahawks, Giants. Let me know what your predictions are for the rest of this game here. The 8 and 9 are about to line up on the front row, and we're going to get ourselves an awesome restart for this race. 87 laps about to be complete of the scheduled 250. Green flag in the air, and just in the center of your screen, you're going to see that pace car peel off and these race cars take off. There's the signal. Green flag is out. 88 laps underway at Bristol. Prince in that second spot, coming up behind Perrin Huggins in that 8. Nick Kaufman behind him. Chevy, Ford top 3. Dakota Long trying to put his Toyota on the podium positions with Jordan Haynes behind him. Racing Rick and Warp Lotus talking about my money's on the refs. I got the Seahawks in this one. The ball's going to score some points. We're going to see what's up. Warp Lotus talking about what we were talking about in practice. The old tires and the bottom will not mix. They're going to slide so much, and you can see cars starting to migrate right towards the top of the track where most of the grip is. It's in the middle. It's going to be at the top by the end of this race, and the times are only going to get faster. Perrin Huggins out to an 0.8 of a second lead, while Jake Prince has to deal with Nicky Kaufman. Giants have the ball on their own 41-yard line. It's going to be what looks like 3rd and about 8 or 9 with 12 and a half remaining in this second quarter. Kaufman still working on that 9. Dakota Long just being patient, biding his time. Ains in the 1. Shoop in the 91. There's your top 6. Perrin Huggins running away with this one again. All of the top 13 drivers not coming down pit road that last time. Drivers able to go between 100 and 110 laps on 1 tank of fuel, but they're not going to get that far the way these cautions have been coming out Daniel Jones rolls out to the right side of the field on 3rd and 11. He throws it away, so the Giants are going to punt the ball back to Seattle. 12 and a second remaining in this second quarter. Giants already down 7, and they're going to give Seattle a chance to score again before the half. Perrin Huggins trying to do what the Seahawks are doing to the Giants right now. Just lead and run away with it. Prince in the 9. Dakota Long in that 2-3. Jordan Haynes, he's won the last 2 races in ENEA, going for 3 straight. Side by side, this is the battle for the 4th spot. Dakota Long and Jordan Haynes are going to fight it out. Haynes on the inside, Long with the speed and momentum on the outside, but Long risking making contact with that outside wall as everybody is. Warp Lotus and Racing Rick being the crew chiefs in the chat. They got some strategy going on. I like what's happening down there. The number 91 of Justin Shute. Behind these two, the one in the 23 will continue to battle. On board now with Shute in the 91. More strategy going on in the chat, and if you just tuned in, we got Seahawks-Giants coverage. And if you're not here in this chat yet, you need to get here in this chat yet. Can't let these two have all that fun. Racing Rick says, I'm a crew chief in real life. I mean, it makes sense. It genuinely does make sense. These two still fighting it out. The 9 and the 1 side by side while they almost go 3 wide behind him. 91, 13, 23, all kind of packed together there. Almost some contact between Long and Anderson. 91 just taking that low line, coming right out towards the wall to enter into turn number 1. Defending champion Cody Johnson wants a piece of this too. He's looking to get to the inside of the 23 of Dakota Long. On board with that 2-3. Racing Rick saying, one of the guys I learned a lot from worked for Ray Evernham. Let me tell you, there's some stories out there about Ray Evernham, and I think I might have mentioned it on this stream once or twice, maybe like 7 or 8 times, because I really like Ray Evernham. But if you ever have the chance, there's a documentary on YouTube called Refuse to Lose. Not only is that guy smart, Warp Lotus, you want to talk about somebody that reads between the lines and then some, he'll start making up some lines if he has to. But talking about misdirection, talking about pushing the envelope as far as it can physically go before you tear that thing to tiny paper shreds, Ray Evernham knows how to build a race car. And he's got some stories about how he's been on NASCAR's radar just a bit too close. Talking about that 1997 Winston. Talking about even that 1997 Daytona 500 and all through 98 as well. I think Jeff Gordon had, still is one of the most successful seasons as they go 3 wide, and there's a huge crash right there. The 1, the 9, 3 wide out of turn 4. I'm sitting here rambling about nothing, and then they have a huge crash. And Jordan Haynes going for his 3rd straight win. In a huge mess of trouble now. The 9 also involved, and Perrin Huggins breathes a sigh of relief. The 2 biggest rivals to car number 8 taken out in tonight's race. Same thing that happened last year. Same thing that happened last year, and Jordan Haynes has lost it. Haynes has lost his cool, and an embarrassing childish move by the number 1 right into car number 9, and he's gone again. Haynes losing all control. Similar to last year, matter of fact, identical to last year. I should have brought up a replay of this, because coming out of turn number 2, the 1 and the 9 collided just like that. Haynes gets hooked on the front of Jacob Prince's car and turned into the wall. Jordan Haynes coming down into the pits to have his race car repaired. And it's going to be a while before we see him come out again. But the caution comes out. Haynes and Prince collide again. Let's go back to the caution. There it is, just 3 wide. Sean Anderson on the inside. Jordan Haynes on the inside of the 9. And you can understand why Jordan Haynes would be upset. Look at that. Haynes making contact with the 9 earlier. And the 9 looks like he comes down onto the 1 car. He was not appreciative of that move. Have another look. There's the tag right there. One more time. Haynes tags the 9 into turn number 4, gets right to his inside, and the 9 decides that's enough. From the top. Keep your eye on that red number 9. Caution comes out. We're going to get back to the action right now. Jordan Haynes loses the plot there, and he decides to pull a move, much like Dakota Long at Michigan. Decides to turn the 9 out of frustration. Not a great move for the 1. And Jordan Haynes, he's in the pits getting that race car repaired, and he's just racing for the championship points at this point. Perrin Huggins running away with this one. Justin Shoup slides into 2nd. Nicky Kaufman in 3rd. And Sean Anderson rolling in that 4th position. Now side by side, the 2 Fords duel for the bronze medal. Just past the halfway mark this time by. Perrin Huggins running away with this one, and that may just be the green light to give Huggins everything he needs to win this one. Two of the race's top contenders. The 1 of Haynes, the 9 of Prince. Jordan Haynes, who's 14 points behind the championship leader, Perrin Huggins. Jacob Prince comes into this race 7th, tied for 7th in the standings with Colton Hefner. Prince is going to lose points to Cody McFadden. There's McFadden getting around Prince right there. McFadden just can't get around the number 9. Perrin Huggins in the 8, 4/10 of a second ahead of defending champion Cody Johnson. Perrin Huggins not pitting since lap 58. Cody Johnson pitting on this last caution, lap 119. Jane Stone now getting around the 64. And the number 9 of Jake Prince on the high side there. So the cars that just pitted have the advantage for now. If a caution comes out in quick succession, they'll be okay. If it goes green for quite a while, well, it could be a different story for those that just pitted. But Perrin Huggins falling off the pace in that number 8, new leader, car 08, Cody Johnson. Caution is out again. This will be the 4th caution in 136 laps. What's gone on now? Kyle Chafin, looks like it's the 45 of Ryan Von Henschel who was involved. Heavy damage for car 45. Let's see what happened to him. Gets right around car 13. Now to the inside of Nick Kaufman. Almost contact between those two. Von Henschel looks like he's trying to run the low line, possibly going to lose sight of that low line. There's contact from Kaufman in the 14. Stone's involved, nowhere for him to go. 13 also caught a piece of this one. Look at Jacob Prince and Cody McFadden almost getting caught up into that. Have another look. There's the contact from the 14. Nowhere for Stone to go. How about the 5 of Connor Cordes almost avoiding that? The 9 in the 64 just avoiding that one too. One more look. Just nowhere for Stone or Anderson to go. So the caution comes out again. Dakota Long will assume the lead under this yellow flag pit stop cycle. Looks like everybody, including those that just recently pitted, are coming in on lap 139. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to get these drivers stacked up again. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll be back for more crazy next-gen racing at Bristol. Looking at that score, it's still 7-0 Seahawks with the Giants running it from their own 20. Two of last season's final four lining up side by side. Cody Johnson and Perrin Huggins about to get the party started once again. The 08 lining up to the inside of the 8 car. And we're going to have just over 100 laps remaining, waiting for the signal. Green flag is out. Johnson sitting in third, Nick Kaufman up to second, Chevy, Ford, Chevy. Cody McFadden running in that fourth position, Connor Cordes in fifth, Justin Shoup behind him in the sixth spot. Jordan Haynes, winner of the last two ENEA races, now out of this race. And 11 cars currently on the racetrack with Kyle Chafin in the double four, bringing up the rear in 11th. Connor Cordes just went green as the 08 of Cody Johnson almost loses control. Nick Kaufman right now looking like the only driver that can take it to Perrin Huggins, and Huggins still 0.6 of a second ahead of anybody else. Half a second the gap now. Giants trying to march down the field. They finally got past their own 50. Looks like they're going to have the ball on the Seahawks 49-yard line. 101 laps to go. The next time Perrin Huggins crosses the line. Sean Anderson just went green despite being involved in that last accident. Second and 18 for the Giants. They're going to take the snap on the Seahawks 48. Jones is going to throw it. They're going to tackle the receiver right at the 45 and then some, so it's going to be third and probably 7. I'm sorry, what? Third and 7, fourth and 7? I got no idea. Rick and Warp Lotus still in there chatting it up. 4 cautions so far for Racing Rick and Warp Lotus. I'll put the question to you guys. How do you think the rest of this race is going to play out? We got less than 100 laps to go. Again, track facts will tell you. Drivers get 4 tire changes in this race. Everybody coming down under that last caution on lap 138. Giants trying to run for it here. They're going to pass, and then the receiver's going to try and keep running for it. He's going to be tackled. It's going to be fourth and about 6 or 7 for the Giants. So unless they're trying for a super long field goal, they're going to punt it back for Seattle to have the ball with 3 minutes and change remaining in this second quarter. And it looks like they're going to try for the field goal attempt. So Sean Anderson still running in 9th. Perrin Huggins continues to lead. This will be a 55-yard attempt for Graham Gano. Kick is up. Looks like it's going wide, just inside the pylon. And the 55-yard attempt is good. 7-3 Seahawks over the Giants now. So the Seahawks will get the ball back with just over 3 minutes remaining in this second quarter, and they'll try and put some more points up before the half. Jacob Prince, 0.2 of a second behind Justin Shoup. Sean Anderson, he wants to play too. Racing Rick said, if I was in his ear, something would be different. Talking about Justin Shoup in that 91. 2.7 seconds behind Dakota Long in 6th position. Connor Cordes just up ahead, and Perrin Huggins extends his lead over Nick Kaufman to 0.9 of a second. The number 44 of Kyle Chafin doing the gentlemanly thing, staying out the way in that Access Fishing AL machine. Talking about Access Fishing, you got to give it up to those folks because they make an amazing product for the everyday angler. And you got to give it up because sometimes you'll go to Bass Pro just for fishing gear and spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. Not with Access Fishing, and this is the whole reason behind the Access Fishing product, is that they make custom soft plastic quality baits for the everyday angler at the everyday angler price. Check them out on their social medias, Access Fishing LLC on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or right there as you see on Kyle Chafin's car, accessfishingal.com, all over the Southeast, and you can even find them in a few stores along Alabama as well. accessfishingal.com, everyday angler prices for the best baits you can get your hands on. Chafin running in 11th right now, just one more to get to Lucas Reed and put that Access Fishing machine in the top 10. Perrin Huggins, half a second ahead of Nick Kaufman. The 14 draws ever closer, and there is third place, Cody McFadden, some 3 seconds behind the top 2. And we're just inside the final 90 laps of racing. Sean Anderson trying to get to the inside of Jake Prince, a couple of wounded cars, just trying to hobble along and finish this race if they can. The number 9 and the number 1, they got into more controversy. Check it out, Jordan Haynes and the number 9. They'll go 3 wide out of turn 4. 1 will make contact with the 9. 13 will be on the inside of car number 1. 9 comes down on the 1, and then they just make contact out the corner. Jordan Haynes winning the last 2 races. Getting involved in a crash here. Jordan Haynes would later go on to pull a really nasty move. He would fly around the racetrack just to get up behind the number 9 of Jake Prince and spin him out. Have a look at this if you can. And he was really hot. There's Jordan Haynes right into the 9 of Jake Prince. He was not happy with that 9 car, and I think he's going to take another shot at him. Yeah, Jordan Haynes is going to wait for the 9 of Prince, and then he's going to spin the 9. Moves that you would have seen last year between Justin Shoup and Dakota Long. Now out of the number 1 camp, Jacob Prince still in this race. Jordan Haynes retired, being scored in 14th, out of this competition. Dakota Long has kept his nose clean all race long, and because of that, he's battling for a top 5 position. Connor Cordes just up ahead in the number 5, Exalta Chevy, and it's been kind of a quiet race for Connor, but he's still marching his way through the field. Looking at that Seahawks-Giants game, 3 minutes on the nose for Seattle. They're going to take the ball at the 25-yard line. Quarterback's going to run it all the way up for a first down and then some. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Seattle, just in front of the Giants, of their own 40-yard line. And it looks like they're going to try and run it into hurry up. 2:40 and counting. Pete Carroll chewing gum and marching up and down that sideline, anxiously waiting for this next play. Ball is snapped. Quarterback will drop. They'll throw it to the left sidelines. It's caught. First down and then some again. And that giant figure on the Seahawks sidelines now jogging towards the middle looks like DK Metcalf. I don't know. Who's 14 for the Seahawks, fam? Is that Metcalf? Let me know. But the Seahawks continuing to fly down this field. Clock ticking down all the way to 2 minutes, 10 seconds. They might just take the 2-minute warning here. 1st and 10 again. Who's that? Geno Smith on the sidelines of the Seahawks there? Cody McFadden racing with the 08 of Cody Johnson. The 2 Codys side by side. The Seahawks will take that 2-minute warning. And they'll be back trying to march down that field. Quickly approaching, 70 laps to go if my math is right. Cody McFadden trying to just stay ahead of the defending champion Cody Johnson. This the battle for 3rd. Perrin Huggins 1.5 seconds ahead of Nick Kaufman, who's 4 seconds ahead of Cody Johnson, who just wrestled 3rd away from Cody McFadden. And then Dakota Long and Connor Cordes will start to do battle, and Justin Shoup wants a piece of the action, on board with the Virginian. And you just smell a little bit of coffee brewing in this area right here. Dakota Long in the 2-3, just on the outside of car number 5. On the inside, I'm sorry. And that 5 car just trying to stay ahead of that 2-3 now. Tires starting to wear. Drivers have not pitted since lap 138, so make it about 45 laps since they last came down. We'll see who starts to slip, who starts to slide, who dares to go 3 wide. The last time this happened, it did not end up well. This time they survive. Luckily, the number 91 of Justin Shoup lives to fight another lap. Connor Cordes just stays off the wall. A little bit of trading paint into that first corner, and Justin Shoup stays ahead of the game. He goes into 5th, not for long. Connor Cordes in the number 5 now wants a piece of that 91 car. And Cordes might have injured that race car just a little bit. He is struggling in that 5. Long now approaching with an attack. Long really trying the high side. You see that purple Camry right behind that bright red Exalta Chevy right into the corner. And he's still trying to make it work for him. This driver, Justin Shoup, gets away with the 5th spot, looking at Dakota Long and the 5 of Connor Cordes into turn 3. Long wants to put that 23 Lotus Camry right to the inside. He wants that 5th position. That 6th position, Justin Shoup has 5th right now. But again, the tires, they've got to think about those tires. And there's Racing Rake just taking the words right out of my mouth. The 5 can't run that line. His tires will not hold. Looking at the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants game, clock paused at 1:57. Drew Lock going to line up under center. He's going to take the snap again. Seahawks at their own 47-yard line, trying to at least get into field goal range. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks. Lock will roll out to the right-hand side. He's going to throw it in motion, and it's going to go to nobody, no flags. 3rd and 10 now for Seattle with a $1:50-something left in this second quarter. 2-3 just ahead of the 9 car. Jacob Prince has had his fair share of contact with race-winning contenders tonight. Will it happen again? 3 cars fighting it out for that 7th position. Long on up along that wall while Prince will run the middle line up to car 23. And they'll stay alive for now. 23 comes down in front of the 9, trying to get a good run. Looking at the Seahawks again. Lock takes the snap. 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. He's going to roll out to the right side again. He's going to throw it. It's going to be a 1st down for Seattle, and then some. Still running. Still running. They can't push him out. Touchdown Seahawks with a $1:39 to go in that second quarter. Seattle now goes up 13-3 on New York. Just inside 2 minutes to go. How about Perrin Huggins? Now looking to put all cars outside the top 7 a lap down. Jacob Prince is next. Last car on the lead lap. Prince will get right ahead of the 8. The 8 car makes contact with that 9, but this time the 9 stays steady. Approaching the final 50 laps of racing, Perrin Huggins just ahead of car number 9, and Jake Prince will cut off that 8 car. He's racing that 23 to not go a lap down. Right now reviewing that Seahawks game, trying to see if the receiver stepped out of bounds. Perrin Huggins about to put Jacob Prince a lap down, and he does so. Prince urging the 23 get a move on. And Sean Anderson behind Jacob Prince, now racing for that lucky dog position. Jacob Prince flirting on and off with being a lap down. 50 laps to go at Bristol. Perrin Huggins now puts Dakota Long also a lap down. Long currently holds on to that lucky dog spot. Jacob Prince behind him and Sean Anderson all in the mix to be that lucky dog. There's Cody McFadden in the 64 car. He's now the last car on the lead lap in 5th spot. I called a touchdown earlier. I guess I'm just as good as those NFL refs. Racing Rick saying he was down before the end zone. He was indeed down, so it's going to be 1st and goal for Seattle. No question about this play here, though. Perrin Huggins has all the cars except the top 5 a lap down, and Cody McFadden about to be that next car to go a lap down. And this could play in his favor because Cody McFadden and Justin Shoup are separated by 5 seconds out on the racetrack. Dakota Long and Sean Anderson still fighting side by side. How about Jacob Prince squeezing the 23 up to the wall? Prince will let out of the gas. Nick Kaufman, who's running in that 2nd position amongst all of this. And how aggressive will they be now? Nothing Kaufman can do or should do about these cars racing for a potential lucky dog position. Look at this, almost 3 wide again. And now it looks like Seattle finally gets into the end zone, and there's a fight amongst a couple of linemen. And there's definitely going to be some flags here. Touchdown credited to Kenneth Walker. On a 1-yard run, Sean Anderson just needs another yard to get ahead of Jacob Prince, but what will it cost him? The 14 of Nick Kaufman able to get around all of those drivers, and Kyle Chafin, as we've seen tonight, being the gentleman, removing himself from an otherwise sticky situation. But this could be the beginning of green flag stops. Chafin is in on lap 209. Perrin Huggins last pitting on lap 138. He can make it to the end on this set of tires, but does he want to? Does he need to? He's only got to beat another 4 cars now that Cody McFadden has gone a lap down. The only thing that could stop Perrin Huggins at this point would be a caution while he's in pit road. That would change everything for Perrin Huggins. Sean Anderson still battling hard with Jake Prince. Seahawks haven't kicked that extra point yet. It is now 13-3, I think somewhat officially. And then a couple of linemen decide to have a shoving match after the play. 212 laps underway at Bristol. And if you've just tuned in, it's been kind of a caution-filled evening, but it's been fun nonetheless. It's been a lot of fun, actually, nonetheless. Seahawks looking to kick that extra point. It's up. It's good. It's 14-3. Seattle, $1:39 to go in the 2nd quarter. So Seattle running away with this lead. Perrin Huggins has already done run away with this lead. 4.5 seconds the gap between Huggins and Kaufman. Only 4 cars are still on this lead lap, and there's Justin Shoup. There's the race leader. Again, Huggins can make it. Everybody on the track right now can make it to the end on fuel. But do they want to, and what will they give up by doing so? If it goes green to the end, not worth it. If there will be a late race caution, you can set yourself up perfectly by pitting early, but you're gambling. It's a gamble, and that's what it is. You're just gambling against what the rest of the field is going to do. We saw a couple of moments where it could get really spicy for these guys, and they sort of spread out a little bit, so the danger's not there as much as it used to be anymore. The 13 of Sean Anderson now coming up behind Jake Prince. Racing Rick says if the tires are okay, stay out and risk the late race caution. You heard the crew chief. Stay out, risk the yellow. We'll see just how this race continues. 221 laps underway. Perrin Huggins now trying to chase down. Well, he's chased down Justin Shoup. So now there's just 3 cars left on the lead lap with just over 25 laps to go. It's going to be a $1:14 left in the second quarter. Daniel Jones almost throwing an interception right before the end of this quarter, and that would have been terrible for the Giants. Absolutely terrible. There is your race leader. He's been dominant all night long, and he intends on stretching that points lead. Jordan Haynes coming into this race with a chance to take that points lead, with a chance to win 3 straight races. Contact with Jacob Prince ruined those chances. One more look. This is Jordan Haynes and Jake Prince making contact and crashing. This is on lap 119. Gonna go 3 wide. And the point standings going up in smoke for car number 1, Perrin Huggins. 5.5 seconds. Dakota Long looks like he may have just made contact with the wall. He's off the line. He did just make contact with the wall. Jordan Haynes saying got intentionally wrecked. Got his feelings hurt because he's slow AF. Haynes still not happy about that outcome. Again, Haynes being scored in the 14th position. So Perrin Huggins at the front of this race. And I think I might have lost some timing and scoring here. I've definitely lost timing and scoring. Perrin Huggins still being scored as the race leader. Nick Kaufman in that 14. Vaughn Henry in the chat also voicing his displeasure as well. Kaufman running in the 2nd position. Jordan Haynes saying, let them do what they want, but I promise you, the rest of the season is not over. Expect to see a lot of hard racing as the season goes on. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited because this is going to be a fantastic rest of the season. Hands down. Tonight at Bristol. Next weekend, the Chicago Street Course. That's going to be awesome to see. It's going to, honestly, my prediction is it's going to be a prediction of who's the most patient out there on the racetrack. Still got some issues with the timing and scoring. See if we can get this fixed, but Perrin Huggins still leading the race. 232 laps underway. What in the world happened to my timing and scoring? Let's see if we can see if we can get this fixed. I have no idea what I did here. Perrin Huggins leading by 6 seconds. Sean Anderson fighting with Jake Prince. This is a battle for the 4th spot. Luke Reed and Justin Shoup behind them as well. Shoup is a part of this mix. 13 to the inside of car number 9. And we'll see what happens here. 9 car staying strong on the outside. Again, apologies for the what did I do to the timing and scoring where I've lost completely everything here? So someone help me out. Did I completely lose it all? Kyle Chafin looks like he's crashed. Will the caution come out? See what happened to car 44. Just loses control of the car. Chafin goes around. And where we saw James Staples crash earlier and a caution come out for the 24, no caution is out for car 44. Have a look at Staples losing control of the race car. Staples in the 24, he'll crash. Caution comes out for Staples. Have a look at Kyle Chafin. This is the 44 car. He's going to spin into turn number 1. We stay caution free for that one. Just over 10 laps to go. Perrin Huggins still out front. He leads by 6.9 seconds. And again, we just lost timing and score. We almost made it 250 laps without something going wrong, right? But then we just lost timing and scoring. Just lost completely everything. We got nothing up here, so we'll see if we can get this fixed. Clicking literally everything that there is to click. But Huggins still in the lead. Trying to get around Jake Prince and leave just 3 cars on this lead lap. There's Cody Johnson. There's Jacob Prince right there. And it's been a dominant night tonight for car number 8. He's just got to hold on. He's just got to survive the rest of Bristol. Will anybody get in his way? The 9 of Prince to the outside. Just can't get there. Connor Cordes trying to get to the inside of Perrin Huggins, and we'll see how well that works out for him. Huggins undoubtedly going to take a huge step in the right direction in this championship fight. We'll see just what the rest of the championship holds. And again, next week, the Chicago Street Course, that's going to be just fantastic. Can't wait to see who's patient when it comes to that track there. Kaufman in the second position, 7 seconds behind Perrin Huggins. He's driven his race of the season tonight. Long may it continue for him, but his second place under siege. Cody Johnson wants to get around him for that silver medal. These are the last 2 cars left on the lead lap, fighting it out for second step on the podium. Racing Rick asking if I ever heard about the car that Ray Evernham brought to NASCAR, and they said it's legal, but don't bring it back ever. Oh yeah, the 1997 Winston. We'll talk about that story here in a minute. Perrin Huggins with the white flag. He's going to come off turn number 4 and collect the checkered. He wins tonight's race at Bristol. Cody Johnson going to give it one more shot at car number 14, but it won't be enough. 14 finishes in second, and this driver here, Perrin Huggins, putting in a dominant performance tonight. He wins ENEA race number 4 at Bristol. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to have top 3 in just a moment. On the podium now with our top three, starting with the pilot of that 08 machine, Cody Johnson. Fantastic race tonight at Bristol. You got a bronze medal.
I knew that I wouldn't have the speed to compete with Perrin and a few others there. So with that late race caution or late stage caution in stage one, and I figured that was my opportunity to get stage points. So I wasted a set of tires there just to try to get some stage points, and it paid off. So that worked out. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Good win to Perrin, and that was fun right there at the end with Kaufman. Good clean racing.
We'll see you next week at the Chicago Street Course. Congratulations on third. Tonight's silver medalist, Nicky Kaufman, in that Reese's Ford. Nick, your race of the season, fantastic drive tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, I could finally put a race together, show my speed that I actually have and not, mess up a good car. So happy with the result. Good racing all around. There were a few cautions there, a little bit of drama. But it's Bristol, it's short track racing. What do you expect? But yeah, good. Congratulations to Perrin. He was the class of the field tonight, and looking forward to next week.
You're only 4 points outside of the top 10, headed towards the street course. We'll see you in 7 nights.
Thanks.
Tonight's race winner, driver of that number 8 Cheddar's Chevrolet, Perrin Huggins. Dominant performance tonight, and now next week you will go into the Chicago Street Course with a 39-point lead over Sean Anderson.
Yeah, Rick. I think after next week I'll lose the lead because I'm not that good on road courses. But yeah. What a race! That was a bad fast race car. This week, unlike weeks past, I worked on my long run car instead of my short run, and I thank y'all all watching. So it pay off. So yeah, it's fun to win here. It's by far my best and favorite racetrack, and let's go on to next week. Let's get it.
We'll see you in a week's time. Congratulations on that win as well, and what a race tonight for ENEA. Drama all over the place, and we get to carry that next week onto the streets of Chicago. No TNT this week, fans. We're on the first of 2 breaks this season. Thursday Night Thunder returns next Thursday for the Gen 4 cars at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval. And then we take these next gen cars to what will probably be one of my favorite tracks of the season, that Chicago Street Course. So until that next race, everybody please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and